10 years ago, a 26-year-old man walked into an emergency department. He said, "Help me, I've taken all my pills," and then he collapsed. He was sweaty, he was trembling, he was in shock. Blood pressure was 80/40 and he was tachycardic. So the team brought him into resus, they gave him fluids, they did some bloods, they started working him up. But his blood pressure wouldn't hold. Even after 6 litres, which he had in total over the next 4 hours, it was still only about 100/60. They contacted his family and they were able to learn that he had been taking an antidepressant. It was a new antidepressant, so new that he was part of a trial study for the drug. But he'd recently broken up with his girlfriend, and as a spur-of-the-moment thing, he'd taken all the tablets, then immediately regretted it, then came to A&E. So the team tried to get a hold of the doctors who were running the study. And when they did, that doctor was able to look at the randomization records, and he found out that this young man in question had actually been on the placebo arm of the trial, and he'd been given sugar pills with no active ingredient. When the team went back to tell the young man this, within 15 minutes, his blood pressure went back to normal, his heart rate went back to normal, he was wide awake, he didn't have any symptoms, and he was feeling completely fine. He hadn't been given any extra intervention, but he'd been given new information. You've probably heard of the placebo effect. This case is a famous example of its darker twin, the nocebo effect. It's the idea that what you think in your mind can have negative physical effects on your body. And it's thought to be responsible for some things like voodoo curses and black magic and stuff like that, where people believe something's going to happen and so it actually does. The point of the story isn't that it was all in his head or that he was faking it. It's that his beliefs caused an actual physical change in his body that was measurable and quantifiable. 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius said that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives. And I often think about that quote in relation to this effect, because it seems even wider than that the quality of our thoughts affects our actual bodies, our physiology, the chemicals, what's happening internally, which is quite a thought.